My interest in this really is when I graduated college, up until last year, I owed $120,000 in loans between undergrad and law school. So that's a lot. I can tell you at the end, before I paid it off, thanks to my book, which you can get on paperback now, available for $9.99. I was paying like $800 a month. There was a point when I was paying $1,300 a month in my student loans. Look, I don't regret any of it. I'm glad I went to law school and the investment and so forth. But I can tell you that I think I would have behaved very differently in terms of the loans I took out and who I took them out from had I known about it when I was in school, at the time that I was there. No one ever showed me, this is how much you can expect to make, this is how much you're going to owe, this is how much you're going to pay a month, you decide. I didn't have any of those choices. The difference between the student loan and the other loans is most loans, when you take them out, the next month you got to make the first payment. With student loans, you take them out, you're not making payments for 4 or 5 years down the road, and human nature is, we'll worry about it then. The problem is people don't realize with that, the average debt loan, I think, is about $27,000 now. It's up to $1 trillion, and you can't get rid of it. It's with you even through bankruptcy. And so if you graduate college, you start to work, you're trying to start a family, you're trying to move in and own your home, your first home, you already start out with $27,000 in debt around your neck. That holds you down. So we've got to address this in the sense that people need to have more information moving forward, and that's why I'm, grateful to be here. Exactly. People kept asking, who's this Sally Mae person that keeps taking money out of your account every month? It was at its peak. It was at like $1,300 a month, and then I consolidated them. Where you bring them all into one and you whatever, and that helped. But even that was something I wasn't fully aware of going in. Look, I should have done. I had a 2.1 out of high school, so I was a little better, but I should have done better in high school. I probably could have saved myself some money had I done that. I made some bad decisions in that regard. Once I got to school, I got very serious about it, especially in undergrad. I went to a public university, University of Florida, which was cost-effective. Then I went to a private law school, and that's where the costs got crazy. And then, in the summer when you're doing all the other stuff to get ready for the bar. And then if you don't pay them, they start to compound because you got to defer them and forbear them. There's consequences to that as well. My point is, this is information I wish I had had. And this is information that I think if more people had, they might seek some other options in terms of either what they're studying, but more importantly, what kind of loans they're taking out and from who. And this is one of the parts that we get into some resistance from schools. You can graduate from the same program, but graduates from some schools make a little bit more than graduates from others for a lot of different reasons, marketplace, prestige. That's the kind of information that we've struggled to find. And I'll be honest with you, some of the it's not tremendous opposition, but some of the opposition to this effort is from people that argue that they're trying to protect your privacy. And the reality of it is that there's not going to be any information about how much you, the individual, is making. No one's going to be able to go online and find out this is how much John Smith is making 5 years after he graduated. It's a statistical thing. It would be the cost-benefit analysis that you've talked about.